Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Quotable Podcast. I am Dutch, and I am here with our esteemed colleague this week,
the other guy,
Morgan. Well, he's here every week. I don't want people to get confused by that. But this week we are doing a very classic movie. I mean, it tells the tale of a feud going on that's probably right up there with the Hatfield and McCoys almost. You have the Ripleys and the Craigs. And this all centers around a family vacation. So this week, everyone, we are taking you onto a trip into the great outdoors.
Goddamn right we are.
So I know you always ask me when we do this, and you and I literally just got done watching this movie.
Did we?
What's one of your favorite scenes in this movie?
Oh man, so many things come to mind. Well, I'll tell you what's not.
Okay.
We're gonna go the opposite here.
All right.
Is the whole side story with Buck and his girlfriend that he meets.
Oh, the love interest,
yeah,
Cammy?
Yeah.
Yeah, unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. Wait, was her name Cammy?
Cammy.
I thought, who was Chet's wife's name?
Chet's wife is... I don't know if he ever really said his wife's name.
Because Kate is...
Connie. Her name is Connie.
There he is.
There
There he is. All right. If I had to say my favorite... I mean, I do like... Okay. And I think I brought this up during our first episode that we recorded for this movie.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring that up.
Well,
catastrophe.
I did. It was a catastrophe.
Catastrophe of a recording.
Ugh.
I don't know. I don't even know how you remember it.
Never again.
I burned both copies.
Never again. Never. So. It's more of a memorable scene for me.
Okay.
And it is when Buck, the older son, is asking his father if he can go wander about the town and just kind of explore.
Right.
And Chet, who's played by John Candy, is...
May you rest, sir.
May he rest. He's just ordered 6 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of chili dogs or whatever.
I need 4 hot dogs and 2 regular dogs, please.
Like 4 chili dogs, 2 regular dogs. And his oldest is like, that's 6 hot dogs. He's like, yeah, it's for everybody. And I'm hungry. But I think it's just chili dogs in general are nostalgic for me. Like, it reminds me of my childhood, and that was something that kind of stood out for me. Like, there's a lot of great scenes in this movie, a lot of funny scenes, but this one kind of brought it home for me.
Well, even right before he lets his, because he has his 16, 17-year-old kid who's like, Dad, let me just go walk around. I mean, no 16 or 17-year-old wants to be with their parents all day on vacation.
No.
Yeah, and he's just like, okay, but remember, when you get back, you got a problem. Like, we gotta spend some time together, like, out in the wilderness, out in the woods.
Well, come give me a hug.
But you find out that they have that kind of, every movie like this in the 80s, it's like, you have all the funny parts and everything like that, but then they have to have like that one serious scene. And it's the scene when he gets back from that first night of wandering around and Chet is still out on the dock and he's like, oh, Dad, you're still up. And he was like, yeah, just out here under the stars, looking at the lake and everything. He was like, hey, let's get on the rowboat. And they go out on the rowboat and he was like, you're not going to kiss me under the stars, are you? And he was like, no. He's like, I want to give you my ring. And he was like, what? Why? And he was like, well, my dad gave it to me when I was your age and now I'm giving it to you. So it's like, you always have to have like that heartfelt moment. But then I like the placement of the heartfelt moment because it's like right in the middle. So then all of a sudden it's like all this funny stuff has happened. And then you had this serious moment and it's like, all right, let's get back to the funny stuff. Let's get all this mushy shit out of the way.
Right. So it was almost like instead of having comic relief, it was the opposite of that.
Exactly.
It's like, let's break up the comedy with this touching moment here.
So I think one of the scenes to me that stands out is because I've never done anything like this, but I really want to do something like this, and I think it's kind of too late for me to do it now because I do have kids that are older, so I don't think I could really ever tell them. But the bear story is like the very first night everyone's at this cabin, and you have the Ripleys that rented the cabin. And the sister and brother-in-law show up with their 2 kids to basically crash this party. You find out later in the movie exactly why they are there, and we'll touch on that. But that first night, he's like, "Oh, all right, I'm gonna tell the family this story about this bear when we were out here on our honeymoon." Just to scare everyone, have a little bit of fun. And I can understand that as a father because it's like, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, because it's not like they're not camping. They're staying in a cabin, but it's like it's kind of par for the course where you want to have at some point a scary story.
Yeah, but I do like at the very end, like, he tells this story about this bear that's like 8 or 9 feet tall, and when it roared, the entire cabin that they were staying in was shaking and the floorboard started lifting. He was like, he's talking about, like, he's embellishing all these things. He was like, fangs that were stained pink by whatever it killed before it got to our cabin.
What was funny is, like, before he said that part, he was talking about, he's like, this 8 or 9 foot tall bear with great white fangs. And then afterwards, he's like, they were stained pink. So it's like, are they white or are they pink?
Which was it? Did he have a toothbrush or not?
Figure it out. Let's get your story straight there.
But then when he tells the story and everything, and after he's all done, he just starts laughing. He's like, ha, ha, ha. Like, what? But I do like it because having been married myself, at one point, when his wife goes walking by and you can see the look that she gives him, he's like, what? What's that look? He's like, oh, great. Now I get the look.
Now I get the look.
Every married man has said that at one point. What's that look? Oh, great. Now I get the look.
We've all had the look.
But I love when he's walking away and he's like, so I made the fangs a little bigger.
What of it? What's the big deal?
But then he has to go upstairs and tell his youngest son, like, hey, look. My dad told me that story, and I'm sure my grandfather told my dad that story, and now I'm telling you. You have Roman, who listens in at the door because he doesn't know how to parent. He doesn't know how to father. He doesn't know how to do any of that.
He's a horrible father.
So he sits there and looks at it and goes, okay, I need to know what to go and tell my kids. Worst conversation ever. He makes it so much worse because these little girls, like, he probably could have went in there and said, all right, girls, Dad's here. Don't worry. Sit down and be like, you know the story that Uncle Chet told you just a few minutes ago downstairs? Look, none of that's real, okay? I'm sure that story's been passed down from generation to generation to generation, all right? There's nothing to worry about. I'm in the house. Uncle Chet is in the house. We are here. We will protect you. If you do find yourself having a nightmare or something like that, just come and get me. I'll reassure you that everything will be okay. Give them both a kiss goodnight. Call it a night and be like, remember.
He could have done that. Yeah.
Now remember, I'm right in the next room, so I'm here. Nothing's going to get by me. No, he starts telling the story about like some... He was like, yeah, my uncle scared the bejesus out of me and my family by a story he used to tell of us of escaped army psychiatric patients that were put through all kinds of mind-bending, like altering things. And he was like, it just stumbled across the family and slaughtered them all in the woods.
Yeah,
he's like, okay, well.
If you're worried about the bear, just think about this other thing instead. It's horrible. Horrible. Just horrible.
I do like when he opens the door, though, and he's standing there, and he's just like, good evening. How are you? It's like, it's not how you talk to children.
Is that any way to address your own children? Come on. Come on. I do like when, because in the beginning of the movie, it's showing them driving to these cabins, and they're singing yakety yak.
Yeah. Don't talk back.
And it's funny because nowadays I don't think any family would ever do this. I don't think that.
No, that was big in the 80s though, because I mean it was done in the very first Vacation movie, The Great Outdoors, and I know that there was another movie where people were singing in the car.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they nowadays no, it's nothing like that.
And I think it's just because the whole family dynamic has just kind of gone out the window anymore, and kids, they want nothing to do with their parents. And they're definitely not going to have that bonding moment where they're on a family road trip, because they're just going to have their faces buried in some kind of
it's going to be a phone or a tablet or some screen somewhere. Mm-hmm. But in all honesty, speaking from a parent's point of view, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because of that distraction. I don't want my kids to be how far away are we? When are we going to get there? It's like, just shut up and watch your tablet or whatever. But that's also why I try to travel, begin my travels at 3 a.m.
Yeah, so they're sleeping half the time.
Hey, I'm waking you up just to put you back to sleep in the car, okay?
All right, now let me ask you, as a parent, if you were on a road trip with your kids, what song could you possibly see yourself playing that your two boys may want to sing along to?
Oh, God, man.
If I had to guess, I would say something by Metallica, but
it would most definitely be something by Metallica. But I mean, knowing them, it would probably be something like the Yin Yang Twins, like Salt Shaker or something, where I'd just be like, I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about.
At least it wouldn't be like Baby Shark or something like that.
No. I mean, because I have a 17-year-old that wants to be, fucking 40, and I keep telling him, don't wish your life away. And then I have a 9-year-old who's about to be 10 who wants to be
40.
And I'm just like, don't wish your life away. And he's like, well, I want to be a grown-up so I could be just like you. And I'm like, I want to be a kid because I want to be just like you. So
the grown-up in me likes the kid in me.
So I mean, it would probably be something by Metallica.
Yeah. Because I know your youngest likes Metallica, but I don't know about your oldest. I feel like he just doesn't care about anything.
No, he doesn't. He's 17, and he's just one of those things where it's like, oh, take a look at this. And unless it, okay, so this is how I had to connect with him recently. He and I, for his birthday, I think in 2018, we went to go see Venom in the movie theater because it came out right around his birthday. Then, now Venom 3 is about to come out right around his birthday. So I told him, I was like, well, watch the preview for it. He and I watched the preview together, and I was like, I'll take you for your birthday as one of your birthday presents this year. We'll go and see this movie.
I didn't even know there was a third Venom coming out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's coming out in a couple months.
Well, this is a great way for me to find out.
That's how I find myself able to connect with him. I'm like, you remember we did this, 6 years ago. How about we go and do it again? And he was like, yeah, it sounds really cool. And so that's how I mean, that's not the only way I try to connect with my child. I mean, I don't want these people out here thinking like, oh, really? That's what you do? No, I mean, I do way more than that, but that's how I can relate to him, because I can't talk to him about music because we like way different music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I can't talk to him about music. I can't talk to him about school because
school's full of fools. Look at me.
No, I mean, math has changed. And now I know, when I tried to talk to my parents about school and everything, it's like, and my dad was just like, I don't know when they put letters in math. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know either. And I find it to be absolutely stupid. But now, even my youngest, I can't relate with math to him. I mean, it's like 2 + 2 = 4. I know 2 + 2 = 4. Guess what? I had 2 dimes. Someone else gave me 2 dimes. Guess what? I have 4 dimes. But now, math teachers are like, yeah, but why?
Why?
Who cares? Who cares why 2 + 2 = 4? It's because you had 2, then you got another 2. That's 4. Who gives a shit?
You know what I heard the other day? I was listening to another podcast, and this whole math subject came up. And not to go on a weird tangent, we do this on occasion.
Yeah, we're too late on that.
But one of the things that came up was, if you have a pile of laundry, and then you have another pile of laundry, so that's 1 + 1, right? You combine those 2 piles of laundry, it's 1 pile of laundry.
Yeah.
So that's where they throw in this whole curveball thing where it's like 1 + 1 can actually equal 1. And it's like, well, why? Why? Why do you have to bring all these other factors into it? Yeah, no,
you don't need to bring any other factors into it. 2 + 2 = 4.
Yes.
It's simple.
Yes. I agree.
So I can't relate to my kids like that, but this is what the Ripleys are trying to do. He's trying, like, he wants to relate to his children. He wants to be the kind of like he wants his kids to know, hey, I'm attentive and I'm here and I'm for this. And you find out that, I don't want to say that he's a simple man, but I mean, that's what he is. He's a simple man. So
yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah, but then you have Roman Craig, who shows up, played by Dan Aykroyd, and him and his wife, who just kind of seem like he's very money driven.
Yeah, I would go as far as to say that they're both narcissists.
Yeah,
they want to throw their money around. They're all about the material things, and they want people to know that they're better off.
Yeah, and and even when they're at the very beginning, when they show up at the cabin unannounced, uninvited,
with a camcorder.
Yeah, and I mean, it's funny, but as they're sitting on the back porch, and he's just like, oh, well, what about, when he looks out at the vast wilderness, and he was like, well, he was like, look at this. He was like, how, and Chet is just kind of sitting there like, how can you not enjoy this? And then Dan Aykroyd's like, well, I'll tell you what I see. He's like, I see an economy that could be booming if you just set up a tree mill and a sawmill and everything, and then, go to mining depending on what type of ores you can get out of the ground. And he goes off on this tangent, and then he's just like, now I ask you, what do you see?
Well, I just see trees.
Yeah.
And that's what a majority of the population is going to say. When you are in this beautiful remote location, you're staying at a cabin, or even if you go camping or whatever, it's all about the scenery.
Right.
You're in nature, and nature, at least in the United States, it's one of the best things that this country has to offer.
Right.
We have beautiful nature, and the scenery changes from state to state.
It does.
But yeah, that whole thing that Roman was talking about, it was like you got like Michigan, and then this other state, and then this other state, all he's thinking about is dollar signs, and like what this can all be converted into. Yeah, and it's like he sees this vast wilderness, this beautiful thing, as a waste of opportunity.
Yeah, and he's just like, tear it all down, create thousands and thousands and thousands of new jobs. Which, yeah, I guess in the long run would help the economy in that area. But then, you sit there and look at it and it's like, okay, well, it helps the economy, but what else are we destroying in that process?
But yeah, what are we losing? Exactly.
Yeah. So, but then when he says, he was like, well, nobody ever accused you of being a visionary. And then Chet's just like, nope. He was like, oh, well, look at the time. Because he wants to change the subject. He doesn't want to talk about money. So he's just like, I better get the barbecue fired up, throw some hot dogs on there. And he's like, hot dogs? He's like, He's like,
no family of mine is gonna eat hot dogs. You know what those are made out of, right?
Lips and assholes. So he's like, Katie. So he makes up lobster tails.
But I like how he just accepts that. He's like, well, I guess I like lips.
Yeah.
And assholes.
So,
But I got 3 words for you.
Yes.
Suck my wake.
One of the funniest scenes in this movie, I mean, because you and I were talking about it while we were watching the movie, is, they want to, as they're eating, they're like, oh, well, tomorrow we'll go in and we'll get a jet boat, a ski boat and everything. And then Chet's like, no, we're renting a pontoon boat. And you and I were talking about it, and I'm like, man, maybe it's just an age thing. Like, I don't know. But, I mean, Roman and Chet got to be around the same age. So, I mean, we looked it up last time, and I think Chet, his character, well, at least John Candy in real life at that time was 38. Like 38. Yeah, and his wife, I think, was like 36. Stephanie Faraday, I think, is who played it. But it's one of those things where it's like, man, guys, like, I always thought Chet was just kind of like in his mid-40s, like we are.
Because John Candy is like Will Ferrell in the sense that he just looks like he's in his 40s. He's always looked like he was in his 40s.
He was born, and they're like, well, he's in his 40s.
Yes. What are you going to do?
But it's one of those things where I'm like, man, maybe it's just different back in the 80s. Like, I don't know, but
the thought of having a pontoon boat and just cruising out on the lake, just chilling, and like maybe peaceful. Grilling out some food and having some beers or something. It just that's my speed right there.
You better believe it.
Like, I don't need to go jet skiing or anything like that. Or water skiing, whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah.
Nah.
But, I mean, that is also a funny scene because the kids are like, well, let's go skiing. I want to do this. So the youngest kid has never been skiing before.
Ben.
He's never been skiing. So, Chet's trying to teach him. All right, this is what you do. You have to bend your knees. You got to lean back. He's like, uh-oh. Trouble? He's like, yeah. He's like, trouble, Ben. Trouble. He's like, what? Huh? He's like, let go of the rope. He's like, if you're in trouble, let go of the rope. And he's like, and just fall loose. Just fall loose. He's like, yeah, just fall back loose.
It's all in the
So
hips.
everyone's on the boat, and they're like, what are they doing? They're just like shaking back and forth. And he's like, I don't know, some type of dance move or something.
Yeah, but what's weird is before this happens, you have Chet on the boat with his 2 boys. And then
no, it's just Ben on the boat.
Was it just Ben?
Yeah, it's just Ben.
But he's got the motor running, and then you have Roman on the shore, and he's like, oh, you've got it in neutral.
Yeah.
You've got it in neutral. And Chet's just like waving at him like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Uh-huh. Like, good to see you too.
But it's like
you got to put it in gear.
This is another one of those scenes where it's like a miscommunication leads to, well, it wasn't so disastrous, but could have been worse. He runs the boat ashore up onto the trailer.
Yes.
Like back onto the trailer, but he could have done a lot of damage.
Oh, yeah. Way, like a lot more damage.
But then, like, next scene, you see, like, everybody is on this speedboat, and then you just got Ben and Chet on the dock.
Yeah.
Preparing to go water skiing and everything.
Yeah.
But then, because of another misunderstanding, Chet ends up water skiing.
Yeah, because his wife, I think Ben's like, okay, well, let me just adjust my life jacket. Like, he's trying to tighten it up or whatever. And his wife, like, he kind of shakes his head and, like, points at his son, like, ha, 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 like, just trying to teach him, and then his wife's just like, oh, okay, and waves at him, and he waves back.
Oh, I guess Chet wants to go.
Yeah, well, then Katie sees it, and she was like, honey, he's waving. He's waving. He was like, oh, like, and then so Roman's just like, oh, is he going? Oh, he's going. And they're like, oh, you're going to go. Like, okay, hi. And
all
then,
right.
Yeah, let's just take off. So literally, he just got done 30 seconds earlier saying, let go of the rope if you're in trouble. Does not let go of the rope.
He was immediately in trouble.
Yes.
And he did not take heeded.
Take heed.
He did not heeded.
He did not take heed.
He didn't take headed of his own advice, is what I'm trying to... All right, that's The Office.
But so when he was talking about it, he's, you see Ben on the dock, and he's like, Dad, let go of the rope. So at least someone was still remaining calm.
Hey, finally, a child actually pays attention to their dad. Exactly. Put a mark on your wall, folks. Yep. This doesn't happen. It only happened in the 80s.
You're welcome, dads.
Yes. What's another standout scene for you?
The standout scene, for me mainly, and it's probably one of my favorite scenes of the entire. I mean, there were so many memorable scenes, but the old 96er.
Yes.
So they go out to eat, and they ask, there's an old 96er, and they're like, "What is that?" And it's 96 ounces of a ribeye steak. You actually did the due diligence of looking it up.
Oh yeah, I did the calculation. It's 6 pounds of steak.
6 pounds of steak. Now this was actually quoted. A few weeks ago, I had brunch with some family friends, and we went out for Father's Day because we were all parents and stuff. Well, one of the kids at the table was saying, he was like, "Oh, well, I want this big plate." Well, one of the dads there was like, "You ain't gonna be able to eat all that," and he was like, "Oh yeah, I am." And he was like, "I got $20 that says you won't eat it." So there's this bet going on. So everybody at the table is invested in this. So we're all sitting there like, "Oh well." It got down to one point, and the uncle that made the bet's like, "That ain't the last bite." And I'm like, yes. Like,
know it.
People know this. So that is funny. I mean, because he
nothing
gets
but gristle and fat.
But the way the chef looks at him, like, yeah, there's gristle and fat still there. But I like the wife too, because she's like, "Oh, good God, no."
But I like when Roman, like halfway through, he like puts his ear to Chet's stomach to make an assessment. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's processing real nicely.
It's processing real nicely, digesting real nicely. Continue.
Yeah. We're good.
And then it just shows like what a dick Roman is, because here you have Chet, who is sweating profusely. He gets a bite, and it's the second to last bite. Gets that in his mouth, and he's like, I did it. And then you can tell he's scared, because he's like, I still have one bite to go. And then, he's looking at the chef, and he was like, and the chef's like, he ain't done yet. And he was like, oh yeah, I know. He's like, that last bite, he was like, it'll take him a while to get it down, but it will go down. And he was like, that ain't the last bite. So he looks back, and he's like, what are you talking about? There's nothing but gristle and fat left on that plate. And that's when he gives him the look like, yeah, and he's going to eat it. So he sits there, and he was like, no problem. He's like, hey, if I get him to stuff down a dessert, can I get some of these hats for the kids?
These Paul Bunyan hats.
Yeah, Paul Bunyan hats or something. So it's just like, what an asshole.
Right? He's milking this thing for all it's worth, because he wasn't willing to do it himself.
No. And then I think that's one of my favorite scenes. Is just, but it's like, his fear, because he's tugging on Roman's jacket, like, get me out of here. Like, get me out of here. But then it was even the waitress said, she was like, if you or any member of your party, so it'd be like, it seems like you could have divided it up a little bit. But I did ask the question, and I'm sorry if this is going to be vulgar or whatever, but it's like, at some point, you're eating 6 pounds of beef.
You're going to have to shit.
Yeah, at some point, it's like, what if you just sit there and you're like, look, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to take a shit. Like, I'm sorry. I have to. Like, send someone in there to watch to make sure you're just not in there throwing up. But at some point, you're going to have to be like, whew, let's get this done.
Yeah. So I gotta go make room in the back end.
So that was kind of like my main question. But to go off on your side story about what you hate about it, that's the night that he tells Cammie, he's like, oh, well, where are you going to, like, what time do you get off? And she was like, 8. And he was like, well, I can meet you at 9. And she was like, yeah, where? He's like, I don't know. You know this place. I'm not from here. And she's like, how about the bait shop? If I was Buck, because Buck kept looking at his watch like, oh my God, like, I gotta go. And it'd be like, I would be like, look, I'm going to run to the bait shop really. So you just run to the bait shop and be like, look, Cammy, I am sorry I'm running a few minutes late, but my dad's down in the 96er. Come on, we got to go see this.
I mean, cell phones didn't exist back then. So, no. Like, he couldn't have texted her to say, like, hey, we're stuck at this restaurant because my dad's an ass.
Yeah.
And he wanted to prove something.
He's eating the old 96er. And that's all he probably had to say was, hey, he is eating an old 96er. And she would have been like, holy shit, I'm on my way.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly where you are. Stay right there. I'll be right back. So I think that there alone is probably one of my favorite scenes. But this one here was kind of more of a, not really like a verbal. I mean, it was verbal comedy, but a lot of it was also just like physical comedy.
Yeah, and the one thing that I noticed is like, I felt like this scene dragged out a lot longer, but when I was a kid, but like watching it now as an adult, they really cut out a lot of it. Like, it was like he got halfway done, and then all of a sudden it was like one bite left. Like, good Lord. He really downed that thing. I mean, this man was committed. Not gonna lie. But the one thing, and this could be our poll question, is I thought for the longest time that this is the movie where they had that line, I can't believe I ate the whole thing. And to the life of me, like I don't remember what that's from. So that's gonna be our poll question.
Yeah, you asked me, and
it could have been a commercial.
It sounds familiar. I just have no idea where it's from.
Yeah, because I mean, look at all those. In the 80s, there were a ton of commercials that had like catchphrases like, where's the beef? You know?
Yeah.
Things like that.
But I really do feel like I heard that, but I don't want to say it was an adult. I think it was a kid that said it.
I don't know.
It's like, I can't believe I ate the whole thing. It sounds so familiar.
Yeah. And I know it's just a Google search away, but honestly, who's got that kind of time?
Exactly. I mean, I could be Googling the Googles right now, but I'm not.
No.
I got other things to do, like talk about this movie.
We're talking it up, man.
Yeah. There are other things that happen in this movie where it's like, I think another really funny scene is where Katie wakes up in the middle of the night and she's just screaming. She's like, it touched me. And then Roman comes out and he's like, it's been touching you for 12 years. You never freaked.
Not that.
Yeah. She's not you. It's like that. And it's a bat flying across. He's like, what? It's just a little sparrow
or whatever.
A sparrow. And she was like, come on, Roman. It got ears. So everybody runs outside. But I do love the back and forth out there because, Roman right away is like, Ripley, go in there and get rid of that vermin. And he's like, what? Why do I got to do it? And he was like, I didn't order a cabin with bats.
Guess what? You didn't order the cabin, period.
Yeah, you didn't order the cabin at all. So he's like, but I like that when Chet's going back inside because he's just sitting there and he's like, all right, I'll do it. I just didn't know what we were doing. I didn't know that people wanted me to do it. Well, I thought we were just talking about it. Fine. Yeah, I'll take care of it. I just wanted to know. He's walking up the stairs. He's like, afraid of a little bat. And walks in, makes it 2 feet, and it flies right by. And he's like, hey. And turns around and walks out, and he's like, yeah.
It buzzed me.
It buzzed me. He's like, yeah. He's like, it's bigger than I thought. He's like, it's about 2 pounds. He's like, it's a 2-pounder. But I like Roman's face because Roman's just like, wow. Wow. It's like, yeah. He's like, Roman,
bigger than we thought.
Yeah. He's like, Roman, we have to come up with a plan. That's what we have to do.
It's not a regular bat. It's a Foo Fighter.
The only other scene that I really can say that I mean, and I actually quote this quite a bit is Big Bear chase me. Big Bear. I don't know why I quote it because I've never been chased by a bear, and I really hope to God I never get chased by a bear. But like, if something happens, if I do something strenuous or whatever, and I'm breathing heavy, and I'm just like, Big Bear chase me.
But the fact that like nobody recognizes his state of panic.
No.
The entire time, they're just like, hey, Chet, we're making sandwiches.
Hey, Chet, no, it's just a thunderstorm. Big.
Oh, okay, I'll make you a big sandwich.
Yeah, he's like, no, out there, Big Bear. It's like, Big Bear, right.
Big Bear chase. Big Bear chase.
Big Bear chase me. But I like when it's bouncing up and down on the door and he's under it. And he's just like, get off, you son of a bitch.
I like when, I think Chet was asking, he's like, how's your bear dump?
Yeah. It's like, oh, we got a good one.
Like, is that a thing? And that's the one thing I was wondering is like back then or even now, is a bear dump an actual thing? Like the campgrounds are even known for?
That I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I know I've never been to a bear dump. I have seen bear out.
I've seen bear dumps.
Like in the woods, I have seen bears, but I've never just been like, let's go to this isolated spot where people have thrown a bunch of trash. Sit in our cars.
And watch the bears.
Sit in our cars.
Eat their trash.
And watch bears eat trash.
Yeah.
Never once done that.
But this is another one of my standout scenes because, Chet brings Ben there and he's got a couple of Zagnut bars.
Yeah.
And the one thing that you pointed out is Chet throws one of the Zagnut bars at the bear.
He gets out and it's like he has two.
He's got two, so he's double fisting.
Yeah.
He throws the one, and then when it cuts back to him, he still has two.
Yeah. Huh? It's like, where the hell is he getting all these Zagnuts from?
He's just pulling them all out of his ass all willy-nilly. But, I mean, Zagnut? Who eats Zagnut bars?
I know Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah. That's a given. I mean, it's Michael Keaton, for Pete's sake. But the fact that they ended up driving off with two bears, like one bear is on the hood of the car, you got the other one on the roof.
Yeah, I don't know what you expected to happen.
No.
I mean,
you asked for this.
Yes, you did. Yes,
yes, he did. But isn't it illegal to drive with bears on your car?
Know.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, that is a hysterical scene, but I also do like because the bear gets up on the hood and then you just see like Chet and he like honks a horn. And then Ben, you just hear Ben. He's like, I didn't scare him, Dad. It's like,
hey, all right, easy with the paint job.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm gonna move now. I'm moving now. Like backs out, and he's just like, oh, maybe they'll just jump off when we start moving.
No, they didn't. Not even a little.
But I like when he's like, shoo, 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 and the bear looks up. He's like, hi, how you doing? No, those are the. I mean, the whole movie is just riddled with all these great things, And this is one of those ones where it's like, I mean, I could spend the next hour talking about this movie.
Oh, for sure.
So, but I think at this juncture and this thing, it's just best. I mean, if you haven't seen it, by all means, go do yourself a favor and watch this movie. If you have seen it, then do yourself a favor and watch it again because it holds up.
If you're a Gen Xer, you'll probably have a lot more appreciation for the movie, but I would really behoove you to like instill this comedy on the next generation because, it's just something that I feel like it could be timeless. I mean, it's not really. I mean, you can definitely tell that it's an older film, but at the same time, it's like certain types of comedy just kind of passes time or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter how old you are or how long it's been. It can still be appreciated by the current generation. But
yeah,
I definitely I didn't remember how funny this movie was, to be honest with you.
It's such a great movie.
So I'm glad we did this one.
Yes, me too.
For sure.
And I mean, right here around where you have a holiday and probably people taking weeks off and everything. This is I enjoy this movie.
Yeah, because depending on when we post this, I mean, It'll be like right around 4th of July.
Yeah.
Maybe the week following, but it's a great summertime movie.
It is. It's a very good summertime movie.
So that's all I got.
Yep, me as well.
Well, good deal.
Until next time, Quotable Podcast out. 66 times in the head.